And Liam, John and I have been talking about Sarri, and you know, he came from Napoli, finished second in Serie A there. He had a load of small clubs. I looked at his CV this morning, actually, and was a bank manager for a while. He's at Chelsea.
He might be again soon.
Yeah. At Chelsea, one of the big changes he made, and I'd be interested in your view on this, the first thing he did was move Kante from the middle of their midfield out to the right and bring in Jorginho, this guy who played for him at Napoli, and he was the guy that everything was going to go through as a midfield player. Now, he hasn't impressed either John or me. I think he's positively annoyed John. What do you make of that change? Because players now, apparently in the dressing room even, are unhappy that Kante is slightly marginalised, even though he still makes a big contribution out from the right.
Well, he's a good pro, Eamon. You know, no matter where you put him, he'll give you 100%, and he's a very effective player. But no, the Jorginho thing hasn't worked. I've seen him play quite well sometimes, but I think the Premiership is actually too quick for him. And you know, when Sarri brought him to Chelsea, I think he thought, we'll play out from the back through Jorginho. He'll get the ball, he'll turn, and he'll start play off. But people squeeze you in the Premiership.
Yes.
They tackle you, they get stuck into you. Things. I think Jorginho is another one of these players. South American players has come and said, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on here? I have no time on the ball, you know.
Yes.
In Italy, people drop off you. You know, the other team retreats to their own half, and they give you all the time in the world. And he hasn't got that in the Premiership, and it hasn't worked. You're right. I think he's a good player, but I don't think the Premiership is what suits him. And Sarri's kind of nailed his colours to the mast with this lad. And it hasn't worked. And I actually think a lot of the Chelsea players are upset about that, because Kante was such a terrific player from them in there when Conte was the manager. But it must be a difficult place to manage Chelsea. There's a lot of egos. Well, I'm sure any Premiership club, but there seems to be huge egos there at Chelsea. You've always got that Abramovich situation in the background. That if the players are not happy with the manager and the results are not good, Abramovich is going to get rid of the manager and we get another one in. You know, it's happened time and time again.
Yeah,
Sarri's not doing the job that I think Abramovich expected. He did a really good job at Naples, keeping them competitive with Juventus. But you know the spirit. It's not right, Eamon. When the last 3 away games, they've lost to Arsenal 2-0, Bournemouth 4-0, and Manchester City 6-0.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't gone by now. I don't know what Abramovich is thinking or what is going on in his mind. I know he's upset that he seems to be no longer welcome in England because of the trouble between Russia and Britain at the moment. Yes. I think he's paying a price for that. So I don't know whether he's just pulled his horns in and thought, well, I'm not going to spend any more money on managers or on players. I think Sarri is confused. The way he's speaking is a bit like Mourinho was at Old Trafford. He wouldn't mind getting a sack game, I don't think.
Okay, John. The fact of Abramovich also is he's only allowed into England on a 6-month visa, which he has to get from Israel. He's cancelled the development of Stamford Bridge, which now isn't going to take place, and apparently the club is up for sale. All of that stuff gets in the head of players as well, plus the uncertainty over Eden Hazard, who appears to be on his way at the end of the season. That can sap the morale in the dressing room big time, can't it?
I think it can, Eamon, but I don't really go for that. I mean, he's a new manager there. He's got terrific players, and they're training. I mean, Abramovich is not there on the training ground. He's not in the dressing room before the match. I think it's separate from actually the manager getting on with the job that he's doing.
Right.
I mean, I think there is a case at Chelsea where they didn't like Conte. I couldn't understand that. I mean, Conte, they didn't like him and they didn't like his training methods. But the fact
training
is,
all
he won
day.
the league.
They were training all day and night.
It doesn't matter. Well, but did it work?
Yes, big
He won
time.
the league and they won the cup. Who cares what he did?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Who cares whether the player liked it or not liked it? And I think they were wrong, actually, to back the players in that situation. I mean, just before he left, he won the cup. He
Yep.
could have won the double in the first season. What more do you want?
No,
I mean, who
absolutely.
cares what the players like him or train too hard? It's what brings results. And I think Conte was great. He didn't care what the players said. He just got on with the job. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to win things,
Yep.
which he did.
Yep.
And I think it was a mistake, actually, to let him. But anyway, that's by the way. But in Sarri's case, I mean, he never sees Abramovich. There's no influence from Abramovich, apparently, in how the team plays, how he picks the team, and how he does the team. So I wouldn't attach that much importance to Abramovich's situation.
Now,
He's dealing with the team. He's got the team in the dressing room. He trains them.
Yeah, but John, what do you think he's doing with the team? John, what do you think he's doing with the team?
Well, that's a different. Sorry, Liam. I was just responding to Aim's issue with Abramovich. What he's doing with the team, I don't know. I mean, he calls it Sarri football, and he keeps saying the players don't understand what I'm doing. Well, what I found in football, Liam, if the players don't understand what the manager's doing, it's the manager's fault. Because what great managers do is simplify the game and don't make it complicated. And that's what he's doing. If the players are saying, Jesus, I don't know what he wants from him. What am I doing here? What am I doing there? Then that's down to the manager. But that's bad management. It's called bad management, Liam. It definitely has the players. I think they've got some terrific players at Chelsea, which they show on certain occasions. Now, whether they show it tonight is a different thing. But we have seen situations at Manchester City and Bournemouth where whatever he's doing is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
So he has to take responsibility for that. But he seems to throw the blame around to anybody at the moment, Damon, you know?
Yeah, Liam, I think I agree with John. I think Chelsea, they're just around even money. I think they're a good bet tonight to beat United.
I wouldn't see it that way at all.
Well, tell me, go on.
I see United I see United wanting to bounce back, and if you look at Chelsea's last performance in the Premier League against Man City, it was awful. 6-0. It could have been more. You know?
Yeah.
So if United go there and they play with any conviction at all, and they have Lukaku and Rashford up front, David Luiz at the back, he's having a nightmare again. United are well capable of winning this match.
Right.
Though, I criticize them because they're not the level of PSG or Man City, but they're certainly at the level of Chelsea, if not better.
Yeah, and in the league game, I should say that it was a 2-2 draw. I think Ross Barkley, who I wouldn't have in the Chelsea team, or I wouldn't even have him in the Millwall team, to be honest, he scored the equaliser. I think it was 2-2.